All right, Joseph, what's going on? I'm feeling frustrated, stuck, annoyed with myself, and just, I don't know, a little bit hopeless, to be honest. Why are you feeling like this? Well, today didn't have a productive day. Should have worked, but I sort of procrastinated, played video games on my phone, watched YouTube, took way too long on some of the things that I was supposed to be doing, and now I've kind of just wasted a day. I also feel kind of bad because I was supposed to meet up with someone today. They canceled. And it kind of reminds me of my low self-esteem. I knew they were going to cancel. They said they're down to do it tomorrow. We'll see. But if we don't end up hanging out, it will continue to add to my low self-esteem. I gotta give myself a little bit of props. I've been trying not to let other people's approval of me, or lack of it, to get to me, but still, today I would say negative points in terms of self-esteem. Where's my self-esteem usually at? My self-esteem, if I'm not thinking about stuff, if it's just a day where I just have to work, I'm a little bit lower than my base self-esteem. Not too much. Honestly, it's okay. I've been working on trying to be kind to myself. But, yeah, it's still not easy. I'm still in a shitty situation, so it's gonna be hard to just, mentally get myself out of feeling bad today. Okay, well, overall, how do you feel about how you've handled today? Not great. Only a few things I'll give myself credit for. I'm doing this video right now. I'm showing myself to people. I'm only going to edit this to make the time shorter. But other than that, I'm going to try to just show everything that I'm doing. Not just for the people watching, but also for myself to to just have a record of me talking to myself. And to be totally honest, there is a part of me that wants this to catch on YouTube, and it'd be great if I could monetize this, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Is it okay for me to show the world this, kind of more than just surface level of myself? I don't know. I've seen YouTube be pretty bad for people that aren't even going this deep, so I'm wondering if I should even post this. I think I'm gonna post it. Maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. And Joseph, why do you want this to go on YouTube? I'm not gonna lie. When I mentioned the fact that I'm hoping this might I guess I kind of want to like monetize myself, because honestly, just money is a big problem for me. I'm not making a lot of it, not working enough. I probably should actually get a real job instead of doing like gig work. I should be doing other things for money, but I keep trying to do like YouTube and TikTok and stuff. So I don't really know. Good or bad for me? I guess it would be good if it worked. It could be bad for me in terms of, I don't know, people knowing too much about me. I don't know. Okay, Joseph, how would that be a bad thing if people knew more a little bit, or knew more about you? Well, I guess there's a feeling of people using it against me. I think also I don't want to share everything. There are a lot of parts of my life that are embarrassing, that are, I guess, just some stuff that I wouldn't want to share. And I don't know. I don't really know what else to say to that. I'm a little bit tired. I wish I had a really good answer. And I just want to make something work, man. There's just so many things I've tried to make work. So many different ways I've tried to make money. Maybe I don't have a good relationship with money. Maybe, my low self-esteem, my anxiety has like gotten in the way. And I think that is a part of it for sure. And that's why I want to just sit and spend every waking hour figuring out what in the world to do, figuring out how to get, there's a saying I've heard on the internet. There's a saying that kind of goes like, your biggest problem is usually you. And if you can figure out how to get out of your own way, that is the key. Something I've heard sounds pretty awesome. I like that it comes with the other saying that there's like nothing broken about me, that there's nothing to fix. It's just more of letting go of stuff, Okay, Joseph. So what is it you need to let go of? What do I need to let go of? I need to let go of wanting to have people's approval. It's something that I've struggled with a long time. Something that's made me feel depressed and have low self-esteem. The fact that I've tried, and even when I say that, I haven't tried hard enough. But the few attempts that I've done, just not getting rewarded for it, I guess. I don't know. Rejected. Feeling like I'm lower under society, like I'm a ghost, like I just don't exist, like no one cares for me. I am just kind of scum. And it is wearing on my self-esteem. I'm getting tired. 30 years old. Gonna be 31 soon. I'm in the same, worst place, honestly, that I've been in for like 5 years. Long ass time. And there's a lot that I need to let go of. One of them, yes, being wanting the approval of others. What else do you think you should let go of that you think would be good for you, Joseph? Let me see. I should probably let go of putting the blame on my parents. I mean, I'm not gonna forget what they've done, but I don't like the feeling of thinking about the stuff that they didn't provide for me, that they didn't teach me, that they didn't do for me, because it's keeping me from having a relationship with them. And it also really upsets me when they try to reach out to me for many different reasons. One, there's a bit of shame when they try to reach out to me. There's also a feeling of like guilt, because my parents weren't the worst. There were things that I know if people knew about it, they would understand where I'm coming from. But at the end of the day, I'm the one like suffering still because of my feeling of resentment towards them. And that is something I would love to let go of. Just no more resentments. I don't want to do that to anyone anymore. I don't want to feel like wishing that they had like done more. I just want to be okay, you know. I just want to be able to like be kind to myself. And to other people that like wish someone would be kind to them. This is such a lonely life, man. I know I'm not the only one. I wish I had the strength to like be there for other people. Because I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one wishing that someone could just like be there for me. Alright, Joseph. You got a little emotional there. When did you start wanting someone to be there for you? That's a really hard question. It's a really hard question, honestly. I mean, I've recently tried to actually like work on getting closer to people. I haven't really done a good job of it, honestly. At least putting in the effort. There's been moments where I had a lot of fun just like asking questions and learning about like family, and it was a really good result. But I kind of fucked it up. I'm just not consistent in like reaching out to them. But shoot, what was it? I kind of forgot this train of thought. Where was I going? So, okay, to be honest, right now I'm thinking about the video. This has gone on for a while. Should I keep going? Should I just record the entire Screw it. Let's do it. Okay, Joseph. Yes, you got emotional there. When did you realize you wanted someone to be there for you? I don't really know. It's kind of hard to pinpoint that. I mean, I've felt lonely for a really long time. And I think I lost my dog, Grizzly, a little less than a year ago. I had him for like 10 years. So, whenever I went through hard stuff, it was kind of easier to deal with because I had my boy, you know. And I think ever since losing him, it just feels like super lonely now, you know. I don't have anyone to like just hold when I'm feeling down. And on top of that, I miss him too, so it's been feeling lonely just has been like extra I don't know what the word is, but I've just been feeling more lonely this last since like right before summer of this last year. Okay. Did you ever not feel lonely? Well, that's a good question. Did I ever not feel lonely? I mean, yeah, definitely. There's been moments hanging out with friends or family. My dog Grizzly. So, why? What are the differences between having lonely moments and having non-lonely moments? Okay. Having lonely moments is when I just feel like it's just me in my own head, and I am just like in this world that's a little dangerous, that I have to have skills to be able to survive in. And I think the loneliness hits me when I'm like feeling insecure about where I am in the world, about my social status, my physical status, my status with like relationships, like romantic ones too. I just feel very almost like unsafe. Moments when I don't feel lonely is when I feel like I'm part of a team. You know, like I got someone's back, they got my back. I'm not just in this sort of dangerous world on my own. Okay. Do you feel unsafe? I do feel unsafe. Do you deserve to feel safe? Do I deserve to feel safe? Do I deserve to feel safe? I don't really feel like I deserve to be safe. Why not? Why do you deserve to feel unsafe? I don't know if I deserve to feel unsafe. But I don't deserve to feel safe because I haven't put in the effort into relationships, into, like making enough money to have health insurance, to have like a safe home to come to. And yeah, I don't know if I really feel like I deserve it because I haven't put enough like effort. How much effort would you have to put to feel like you deserve to be safe or to feel safe? It feels like I'd have to put in a lot, have enough money for all the things that I need, put in the time with like people making relationships. Do you think it's possible to feel safe now without anything else, with no external things, I guess? Is it possible? I don't know. I mean, we could go down the like rabbit hole of how our world is basically like made up in our minds. It's possible to, if it's possible to make myself feel unsafe, even if I had a lot of things, I'm sure it's possible the other way. Like, I've heard of people like having it all, right? Having money, having relationships, having just a lot of things, and even they will feel like lonely. So yeah, I do think if I did like change the way that I thought about the world or myself, the universe, it's possible that I could feel safe without external things, I guess. Okay, how do you do that, Joseph? How do I do that? That's a good ass question. How do I address my insecurities without external things? I don't know. But I do know the first step is awareness. So I guess I gotta figure out like what is going on with me. Why do I feel unsafe? Why do I feel insecure? Why do I feel like just like bad about myself? Okay. That's a good start. What's something that you should be aware of? What's one thing? I don't really know. Okay, well, with my anxiety is something that I've struggled with for a long time. Been trying to figure out like what the hell to do with that. I just want to like be myself. I'm tired. There's a lot of things that I've figured out about myself. So I guess I could list off some stuff. I figured out the reason why one of the reasons why I might have become anxious. It might have been a way to actually help me to not get in trouble. Because as a little kid, I would get into a lot of trouble. I was very like hyper and rambunctious. I wasn't like a bully or anything to kids, but I would just roughhouse a little bit. And my parents had a hard time like raising me. I grew up very, very poor, but was an only child with two parents. So eventually, over time, they were able to like make enough money to have a house and everything. But as a little kid, man, I think they were super stressed, always working, and on top of that, they had this like kid that they had to deal with. And I think over time, I kind of learned to be afraid of how people perceive me, so that I wouldn't like get in trouble. Because I would get into a lot of trouble as a kid with my parents, with teachers. Not a lot of drama within like fellow students, but there were times when I would get punched in the face or slapped because of my annoying behavior. I was very obnoxious and very like class clown. Again, I don't remember ever like bullying anyone. I might have said some stuff that was a little bit mean as a kid, but I've never been one to really like try to put someone down to make myself feel better. But yeah, part of my anxiety, I think it came from as a sort of protection of from myself, to kind of keep me out of trouble, right? Another part of my anxiety with people, it also came from my body. I happen to have a deformed ankle that I was born with, and that always made me kind of self-conscious. I mean, definitely made me self-conscious. There was a point in my later teens when I wouldn't hang out with people because I was afraid that they were going to find out about my leg. My leg, because it was so deformed, I did end up getting surgery for it, so I was able to walk and run for a while. I was able to do sports, but because it was so severe, there's a drastic difference between my left leg and my right leg. Like, it's a lot skinnier. It's barely got any like muscle on it. And so I was just kind of embarrassed about it. If I ever made new friends, like, they would want to invite me to places. And during the winter, it was cool. Like, I could wear pants and, I'd be down to do stuff. But during the summertime, people would obviously want to go to the rivers and lakes. And I would often just kind of ghost people because I didn't want people like finding out about that. And it just further sort of decreased my my self-esteem. That was definitely a big part, as well as my physical like deformity. It just, yeah, I obviously knew I was different from the other kids. I remember one thing that really made me feel bad. Like, the doctor did such a great job on my ankle. If he hadn't have operated, my foot would literally have been bent all the way back up to my leg. And he was able to do surgery and kind of put it back into a good position. And over time, as it healed, it wasn't perfect, but at least I was able to play sports up until I was like 15. When I turned 16, I tried out for football again. I had played the year previous, and I did okay for my first time. And because the other kids weren't so developed, I was still able to kind of keep up with them. But the following year, I started playing not just with the kids of my grade, but the kids that were older. I noticed a big difference physically between me and them. I was a lot slower, and it just made me realize, like, wow, I am lacking physically a lot compared to like the average person. And I think that kind of added to my fear of the world. You know, I'm basically like disabled now, and so it's been a part of my like self-esteem. Okay. So, what do you think you need, Joseph? What do you think would make your self-esteem go up? You know, one of my goals this year was to just make as many friends, new friends as possible, and just add, more connections to my life. But then I had this thought, like, what if for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, I end up making a ton of friends, new connections, and I still feel like crap? I don't know if that's possible, but it could be, because I know someone, one of my closest friends. He has like a ton of friends, which is very interesting because he is a little antisocial, and he's kind of got the opposite problem of when it comes to like connections. He's got a lot of friends, but he's still not very like happy. And I mean, I don't want to talk too much about him, but it just made me realize, like, what if I spend the next 3 years trying to make as many friends as possible and I still don't feel good? If that's the case, there's something about me that I had to address, right? So what do I need? Maybe I personally need to address the needs that I have. So maybe I need a connection with myself. Do you have that, Joseph? Do you have a connection with yourself? I don't think so. I mean, if I were like two people talking to each other, I don't think we would like be friends, honestly. Okay. So how could you have like a better connection with myself? With yourself, myself. Oh yeah, this is getting weird. Okay. I know a part of connection is understanding, asking questions, sharing emotional experiences with the other person. Okay. So, is that something you're willing to try? Yes. I would like to understand myself more. I think another thing I've been trying to do is just treat myself better. Trying not to get mad at myself for making mistakes. Trying not to say mean things to myself. I'm trying the whole like self-love thing, whatever. I don't know if that works, but yeah. I'm trying here. And doing this, that makes me feel good that I'm doing this. Okay. Well, do you think Joseph wants to be understood? Do you think you want to be understood? Do I want to be understood? It's not an instant yes. I wish people would ask me, would be interested in connecting. But there's also a part of me that like doesn't want people to know about me? Well, what are some things you don't want people to know about? I just didn't have like the average experience of people. I grew up very lonely, not really going to parties, hanging out. I've had relationships, but there are some things that I haven't done regardless, and they're just things that people at my age, if you haven't done them, people will look at you kind of suspiciously, I guess. I don't know. And yeah, I guess I'm just not like proud to present myself to people. What is an image of yourself that you would be proud to present to people? Who do you want to be? Man, I just wish that I could be authentic, like silly, have fun with people, show kindness, show respect. But wherever I go, I do try to do that, I guess. But every day, I swear, I feel like a missed opportunity goes by because I was too just nervous to like talk to people, you know. You seem to really want connection. I think so. I think everyone does. That's true. I'm getting kind of tired. I think I'm gonna save this for the next one.